it's me, Aqua, and in honor of Season 2 of The Promised Neverland coming out, I thought that we could take a look at Nendoroid Emma. I've been watching it as it comes out. I think we're on episode 3 now, and I have been enjoying it, and I can't wait to see what's next. We ended on a cliffhanger in episode 3, so I'm really looking forward to episode 4. Alright, and I've also been watching a couple of, not summary videos, but recap videos of the first season, because it's been so long since I've watched it. But I remember I loved it so much when it came out, and when I saw that Emma was getting a Nendoroid and Norman was getting a Nendoroid, I was so excited. Alright. Oh, it's one of those 2 layers, so it looks like we got a layer for the base and the hand parts, extra arm parts and hand parts. Wow, she comes with a lot. That's great. It's been a while since I think a Nendoroid that I've opened has come with this much, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna go ahead and in a minute just take some time to take off all the plastic. It looks like they even covered the faces in plastic, which is interesting. You can see here. Ooh, entirely wrapped actually. Oh, these are... Oh my gosh. What? I didn't even know that they were gonna do that. On the bottom of the faceplate, if you don't know, usually they're blank, but because The Promised Neverland, all the characters have this barcode on the bottom. Emma's faceplates have the barcode on the bottom. Oops. Wow, that's really cool. Such an interesting detail. And then her shocked kind of expression. She comes with a lot, like I said. Oh, and a bendy skirt piece, so it looks natural. They really did wrap this up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of the plastic off and let's get into it. Alright, so I got all the plastic off. The one thing... Oh, I didn't get all the plastic off. The one thing that I wanted to point out, which was pretty funny to me, was it came with a lot more plastic than usual, including an entire bag that she fit in, and a much longer piece of plastic than usually goes between the face and the hair to go behind her. And I think that the reason for that is she's got some pretty spiky hair, which I wanted to mention looks amazing. I think it looks beautiful. Painted, sculpted, very much looks like the character. But I think they wanted to protect those spikes. I've seen that in a couple of Nendoroids of boys and men. When they have really spiky hair, they put either extra plastic or bubble wrap, which I appreciate that they're trying to protect the Nendoroids. So I think I'm going to keep the bag and keep her in it with some of this extra plastic, just to cushion her hair. So, looking at all she comes with, of course, the Nendoroid herself, 2 extra faceplates, one serious and one shocked, I guess. A little backpack, which I think goes into the back piece where you would normally put the stand. A little lantern. An ear patch, so this is, so this is what they would put over their ears after they did something at the end of the series. I don't know if anyone is watching this that hasn't watched the anime, so I don't want to give too much away. A book, a pen, which the pen especially is really, really important so far in Season 2. An alternate skirt piece, and some alternate leg, arm, and hand parts. So this is actually a lot of stuff. I'm really excited to see what kind of poses that you can put together with it. I feel like a lot of the Nendoroids I've reviewed lately haven't had a whole lot. I have a confession to make. I've already had to take pieces off of Emma multiple times to try and like change a pose or get the plastic off, and I kind of feel guilty every time I do it because the baby, if I do for her life, I don't want to take her apart. But I decided to go with the biggest pose on the box first. With her little salute. I feel like I've done a lot of Nendoroid salutes, and I think this is another one that kind of works. Some of them I don't like as much because it just like comes up in the middle of their face and it's like an adult and it's like, that doesn't look so good. But honestly, on a kid, this Nendoroid pose, this like salute kind of thing, it looks pretty good. I like it. I don't think I would pose her like this. Just because I think it's too simple, and there are some other poses in here that are definitely cooler. So let's get into some of those. All right, here's the next pose I went with. This one is pretty funny. I'm glad that they chose this expression because I feel like this one and this one down here are like, they cover a lot of Emma's feelings, but this one kind of shows one of the funnier moments not funnier moments, but like funnier expressions she could make. I'm glad that they picked a silly one, even though it's a heavy show. I went with a pretty simple pose other than the faceplate. I think that the faceplate itself steals the show here. It's funny, it attracts the attention, all eyes go here. Yeah, I do want to take this moment, though, to point out some of the smaller details. I noticed this one earlier. It's like this little painted strand of hair that's sticking out, just like in the show, and same for this one. And I think they're removable, but they like, you can pose them too, and it's just, I'm just struck by them. They're so delicate. You can move them, and they look amazing. And I didn't even notice this one. Like, I knew about this one from the box, but it's harder to tell, and it's right there, and it's so cool. All right, here's my next pose. This is a much more dynamic pose, and honestly, despite I feel like the excited expression on her face almost not matching the darkness of the anime, I think it fits really well here. She's holding the book and the pen from William Minerva. So she looks excited because she's finding clues and she's going to be able to help her family escape. And this is a pose that I probably would use, and this is probably one of the only poses that I would accept the expression of, because she's actually finding something exciting. She's making work towards saving her family, and I don't know, it's really cute. And honestly, I think that their use of the props here works really, really well. One thing I will mention, it was kind of hard to figure out what to do. I used the middle two pieces. If you get this Nendoroid and are trying to figure it out, I used this one to hold the book and this one to hold the pen, and this one took a lot of fidgeting. I don't think that this hand is removable, but that's all for the better, because I think the only thing this would actually be useful for is to hold the book. It took a lot of very gentle, like, wiggling back and forth to get the little hand peg in the book, and I'm not even sure I got it fully in, but now that it is in, I think it's solidly in here, like it's not falling out or anything. And it took a little while to get it in. I mean, these fingers are a little cold, but now the other ones that I used to push it in are a little warm because it took a little effort. But other than that, I think this pose is really cute, and I would definitely display it, if only for the fact that I didn't want to have to take it apart. I also want to mention I like how the book also comes separately, so even if you didn't want to have her hold it, you could like put it on a mini desk if you had something like that for her, or put it on a mini bookshelf so that she can find it. Something like that. I think it's pretty cool that way. So here's the next pose. This is probably one of the more action ones, and of course it's like a squatting pose, so of course it's one of my favorites. It's so interesting. She looks so serious, like she's really trying to listen or figure something out. I think this is a pose that she would have had when either doing hide and seek or over listening in to Mama Isabella's conversations. And it looks really, really cool. They did a lot of work, and this was pretty easy to put together. I had to take out her original legs and switch out that skirt for that bendy skirt, and then put in these two bent legs, which these bent legs are like put in place, so like you can't move them around up and down like you can with the ball jointed ones. But yeah, it looks really good and really cute. But of course, she also looks very serious, and it almost makes me want to keep my voice down so she can hear what she's needing to hear. It looks really good. All right, and here's the last pose that they have on the box, and I think that while the last one was probably one of the most dynamic, this is the other most dynamic. It uses a ton of props, including the ear, the backpack, and the little lantern, and it looks amazing in my opinion. I think it looks a lot better. I think it looks really good from behind. That's actually how they kind of posed it on the box. But I like how it looks from the front too. The arms were a little hard to get right, so it actually looks like, you know, she's running, but it only took a couple of fidgets and moving to make it look like she's running, and this one just looks amazing from every angle once you can get it right. The ear part over her ear, you just kind of put a little tag in the front hairpiece and slide it on, and it kind of covers her ear, so it looks like the very end of the anime where I'm gonna do a spoiler, so skip a couple seconds forward, where she cuts off her ear. And so it just looks really cool. Okay, spoiler over. And yeah, I just think it looks really good. Also, something I wanted to mention was this part. It can actually swing back and forth like this. Like, I bet there's so many other poses, other ways you can put it, and I like that detail so much. It's something so small, but really important, and I think I'm going to try out some poses outside of the box. I haven't done this in a while, but I want to see what else I can do with her, because she has so many different parts and well, there's only 3 face plates, but I feel like there's a lot more opportunity than a lot of the Nendoroids that I've been opening lately. So let's look at some more. So here's a pose I kind of made up. It was really simple. I pretty much took the base and then kind of had her holding up the lantern. And I like this one because it looks like she's kind of creeping around the Gracefield house, and she's looking around for some clues and trying to be quiet, but also seriously trying to look for something. I could see her walking, especially through the library, seeking information. All right, and here's the last pose I'm gonna do. It combines 2 of them, where she's holding the book and holding up the lantern. I just kind of based it off at what I said about the library. She's carrying the book through the library, seeking clues. I could also see it in the most recent part of this season 2, where she's looking for more information about William Minerva and trying to save her family. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put it all back and give my final impressions. All right, and it is time for my final review. Overall, I really like this Nendoroid, and I did something with it in a review that I haven't for a while. Just made up a pose of my own. So clearly I was having fun, and I have to admit, watching season 2 right now is definitely boosting my enjoyment of the Nendoroid. Just some minor details that I really, really appreciated. This backpack was so much easier to get in and out and where it needs to be than I expected. I was worried that I would have to like wiggle around. I was worried that I would have to push this peg in and it would be really hard, but no, it went right in. I was really happy with that. I like this squatting pose. definitely when there's a sitting or squatting pose, it elevates the Nendoroid to me because it just creates another really dynamic position to make the Nendoroid more interesting and draw your eyes to it. And I also liked that the hands below are put generally with the arms that you would use them with, or in this case, the pose that you would use them with. These two, this arm and this hand, were used with the book and the pen. This is something minor, but I just kind of liked how it was laid out like that, and makes it so much easier if you're like me and you like to store your Nendoroids in their boxes. It was so much easier to figure out which one goes with what pose. Overall, I would highly recommend this Nendoroid if you're a fan of the Promised Neverland, or if you just, or if you're a fan of Nendoroids. Obviously, don't get the Nendoroid if you don't know the Nendoroid, but I really liked her. I thought she was a really fun Nendoroid to work with, and I will definitely have fun with this Nendoroid in the future as well. So I'm looking forward to Nendoroid Norman coming out too. I hope that they do him justice just as much as they did with Emma. And that's going to be it for this video. Go ahead and tell me down below if you are watching this season 2 of The Promised Neverland, or if you haven't seen either yet and you really, really, really should. And tell me what you think so far. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, but for now, this is Aqua, signing out. Bye!